Ladies and gentlemen, so Kamala has raised $200 million in just under a week. That's more than any other political candidate has ever raised in that amount of time, and when she ran for president, she couldn't even get more than 1% of the vote. If you think that's odd, so does Biden, who thinks that $200 million is going to his re-election fund. So, the most popular president in the world, 81 million votes, has dropped out because he wasn't popular enough. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. But Kamala is there to pick up the mantle. The Harris campaign claims that 2/3 of that $200 million is coming from first-time donors. I also wrote the Declaration of Independence. We need to very carefully look at the definition of a first-time donor. I find it very hard to believe that $133 million came from people who just couldn't get in the game before, but when they saw Kamala say that we have a strong alliance with North Korea, you know what, they thought, take my money.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
What baffles me most about that clip is how straight of a face she has when she says it. It's like when you tell someone who doesn't speak the language to say something inappropriate and they just have no idea what they're saying. You guys remember this, right? Powerful Democratic backers to pause donations until Joe Biden steps aside. That was one of the first times I actually felt bad for Biden. That was until he talked again and I fully understood where the donors were coming from. But once he did eventually drop out, $50 million came through the door with next day shipping. The Harris campaign wrote, everyday Americans have given $49.6 million in grassroots donations to her campaign. Okay, so do everyday Americans include Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn? He's got a net worth of $2.5 billion. I just don't know if the cutoff for everyday American is like 3 billion or what, but we got Reed Hastings as well, the co-founder of Netflix, giving $7 million to a Harris super PAC. I don't know if that counts. Alexander Soros, the son of George Soros, has expressed his huge support for Kamala Harris, but then again, that family doesn't really give money to politicians that much. Oh wait, hold on. Soros gave $140 million just in 2021 to political causes. Nothing to be alarmed about there. It also looks like he's only given $60 million to Kamala in 2024. So I guess George isn't doing as well now. But again, this is all to say that the $50 million that she got a day after she announced was 100% not funded by primarily grassroots. If grassroots means billionaires funneling money through super PACs, then fine, I'm just not familiar with that definition. That was the first $50 million, though, and she was still a ways off of the $200 million. But then something happened. What was she missing? The endorsement of the leader of the Democratic Party and CNN, Barack Obama. Obama actually favored an open convention after Biden dropped out. He wrote, "We will be navigating uncharted waters in the days ahead, but I have extraordinary confidence that the leaders of our party will be able to create a process from which an outstanding nominee emerges." That's a lot of jargon to basically say anyone but Kamala, please. But Pelosi endorsed Kamala, and Obama probably figured out that Kamala isn't great, yes, but she'll do whatever I say, so let's get this over with. So the Obamas called Kamala, and I kid you not, the most staged phone call I've ever seen. Does everyone know that this is staged? Yes. Did it need to be the most cringe thing that's been put on YouTube in the last week? No. Why is she mic'd up for a phone call? Why is she talking to them on speakerphone but putting the phone up to her ear?
Oh, hi, you're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you.
It also just felt really weird that Obama, only a couple days before that phone call, did not endorse her, to then just calling her in this scripted phone call. The whole thing just felt really off. Michelle says, my girl Kamala, she campaigned for the Biden-Harris ticket a grand total of 0 times in 2024, but she's her girl. The phone call did open the floodgates for the Future Forward Super PAC, which carried $150 million to Kamala. But I thought the $130 million came from grassroots. The math is not mathing. There is no possible way that this money is coming from everyday Americans. Everyday Americans don't give money through super PACs. There's no reason to. I mean, Americans, there's a $3,300 limit to give directly to a candidate. Everyday Americans aren't donating more than that to political candidates. It's very weird. That $150 million is coming from super high-profile, wealthy people that use campaign finance regulation laws as toilet paper. That's fine. Everyone does it. There's just no need to lie. Now, the Future Forward Super PAC, by the way, their mission is to help rebuild America's middle class and American democracy by advancing new ideas and fresh perspectives. you know, the thing that billionaires care most about is the middle class. So look, I'm not against billionaires at all. They add so much to the economy, but why do we need to play this game with super PACs and act like these campaigns are funded by everyday Americans? They're just not. This is the balance of donations between Trump and Biden. You can look at this chart and take what you want out of it, but you can see that it's companies, and it's very different companies. Now, I'm sure the balance is going to come out very similar for Harris, because when it comes to grassroots campaigns, they don't often go to someone who had a 16% approval rating before running for president. 16% means that the people that did approve of her would vote for a plastic fork over Trump. This number is meaningless. Click this video if you want to see me talk more about the wonderful Kamala Harris.